What it is, it's your boy True McFadden, aka Durag True, where True be talking. And in this video, I gotta give my prediction for the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight. Hey yo! I said, hey yo! I had to give you two of them, bruh. This is a big one, y'all. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. It's the first major fight that I feel like big box office fight that's happening this year. This is going to be great, man. This is going to be a really good one. First off, just starting out, I want to talk about one undercard fight before I get into the main event. The first undercard fight I want to talk about is Keyshawn Davis versus Jamaine Ortiz. This fight, I think it's going to be a pretty good fight too as well. It's always exciting to see Keyshawn Davis back in the ring. I love watching Keyshawn Davis. He's a really good fighter. I went back and watched, of course, a few fights from Jamaine Ortiz. Just from what I saw from Jamaine Ortiz, I think I watched him. No, I didn't think. I watched him fight Teofimo Lopez. I watched his fight against Teofimo, and I watched his fight against Jamel Herring. I watched those two fights based off of what I've seen in those fights. I noticed he moves a lot of good movement, but he's definitely on his bike. He's going to be giving Keyshawn different things to look at. He likes to switch his stance. He goes between, orthodox and southpaw. He's decent. He's decent at it. He's not as good as like a Bud Crawford is at switching his stance, but he seems comfortable in both stances. So that's what you're really looking for when it comes to people that switch their stances is, are you at least comfortable, and can you stop the other fighter from kicking your ass once you do it? Because like I said before, whenever I see anybody switch their stances, if they're not Bud Crawford, they usually instantly start getting their ass kicked. So this is one guy that seems to do it, and he's comfortable in either stance. He does, like I said, he moves around a lot. Not really an explosive puncher as far as I could tell from the fights I watched. Not truly explosive, but definitely is going to give his opponent something to think about before they come in. So he's definitely going to be able to give Keyshawn Davis some issues. Of course, Keyshawn Davis, we know he's fast. We know he's strong. He's smart. He's patient. He has a great jab to the body. He loves going to the body. H's looking to get you up out of there. He's gonna outbox you, but he's definitely looking to get his opponent up out of there with his, like I said, with his body punching, with how strong and how accurate he is with his punches. His movement is he's very good defensively. He has really good movement. Not using his feet a lot to get in and out, but more movement of his upper body, slipping punches, things like that, parrying punches, blocking punches. He loves to stay in there and stay in range so he can put punishment and punches on his opponent. When it comes to this fight, though, I've seen it being Jamaine Ortiz is going to make him work for it. I think Ortiz is going to, he's going to come in, he's going to display that good movement. He doesn't like the between Teofimo and Jamel Herring fight, right? The Teofimo Lopez fight, he did a lot of movement. The Jamel Herring fight, not as much, kind of stayed in range. And to try to land his own things. But I think what we're gonna see from Jamaine Ortiz in this fight is he's gonna be there in front of Keyshawn Davis. I don't think he's gonna do as much movement. I don't know if he's just threatened by Keyshawn because I haven't seen them side by side yet. I didn't see a face-off or anything, but it looks like Jamaine Ortiz may be a little bigger than Keyshawn Davis, so he may not do as much moving around. But in the end, with that being the case, I think he's going to be there for Keyshawn to hit him, and I think Keyshawn is going to hit him. Keyshawn's going to put them things on his ass. So my pick for that fight, the Keyshawn Davis versus Jamaine Ortiz, of course, I got Keyshawn Davis winning this fight. I don't know if he's going to stop him. Don't know if it'll be a knockout. I definitely got Keyshawn Davis winning this fight. I got him looking good in this fight. Showing off all his skills, his strength, his speed, and everything. And I think he's going to win it pretty convincingly if he doesn't knock him, if he doesn't get the stoppage. And then, of course, for our main event, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo, of course, he's strong, he's smart, he's patient, has pretty good accuracy with his punches. He's decent on defense. He can do a little bit of movement with his upper body. But he can definitely get hit. The fights I watched for him, I watched him fight against Lomachenko, and I watched him fight George Kambosos Jr. In those fights, he displayed his. Of course, I watched him fight Jamaine Ortiz too, but I was more watching that fight for Ortiz than Teofimo. But in all three of those fights, he's pressing, he's coming forward. Not necessarily a pressure puncher or pressure fighter, but he is stepping forward, and he's going to be there he's there to make the fight happen, right? He's not going to be backing up and trying to get away from Shakur or anything like that. He's definitely going to be pressing forward. He's pressing forward. He's trying to counter, though. Even though he's stepping forward, he's a counter puncher. He's looking to put out work to make you work so he can counter what you're doing. He's really slick. That's one thing I can say about Teofimo. He's a really slick fighter. Imagine, and of course, these were my first time ever watching Teofimo fight. So he seems to be a really slick fighter, but I do think his defense is lacking a little bit because he is able to get hit. And when I watched him fight Loma, when I watched him fight George Kambosos, they seem to be hitting him whenever they get ready to. It wasn't like they had to work super hard to get anything landed on Teofimo. It seems like whenever they were ready to punch Teofimo, they were able to. So that's one thing. Then that's one thing about him and his defense. That's one downside I see of his skills is his defense. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, of course, we know high level defense, high level boxer, good at punching. When he's not moving too far out of range like he did against De Los Santos, when he's there in front of you like he did against Hartunian and William Cepeda, when he's there in range and you still using his feet, using his movement to stay out of range of punches, but staying in range enough to where he can make punches land, kind of like what Roy Jones was talking about. Staying in range so you can still do good work. When he's fighting like that, Shakur, I personally think Shakur is unstoppable. But his defense is really good. His punches, even though he may not be the biggest puncher in the game, the biggest, most explosive puncher in the game, he definitely has something on his punches that'll make you think twice. That'll make a fighter think twice about coming in. So I think in this fight, what we're gonna end up seeing is definitely a high-level boxing match. It's going to be a high-level chess match. You're going to see both guys in there thinking. You're going to see both guys in there putting in, different strategies to try to win this fight. I think you're going to see a change-up in strategies as the fight goes along. I do think at some point, if Shakur is going to win this fight, I think he's going to have to fight. I think he's going to have to stand there. He's going to have to stand his ground with Teo. He's going to have to exchange with Teo, and he's going to have to get the better of those exchanges. Now, will he get the better of those exchanges? I don't know. But I do feel that it's something that's going to have to happen in this fight. I think that's something we're going to get to see from Shakur, because I feel like over the past, of course, people saying he hasn't fought anybody or he runs or this, that, and the third. I think he's going to put all those rumors to hush, to bed. Or not rumors, but he's going to put all that noise to bed in this fight. I think this is going to be one where we get to see him, stand in and deliver a really great performance. So with that being said, my pick for the Teofimo versus Shakur fight, I definitely got Shakur Stevenson winning this fight. I'm definitely picking Shakur. I think he's going to beat him. Like I said, I think at some point he's going to have to stand in and make this a fight. I personally believe Shakur can stand in and exchange with Teo. Maybe not like the standing there and let's see who takes the hardest punches, but stand in and mix it up to where, I get some punches off and I'm going to dodge or make you miss with whatever else you throw. He's going to have to do that a couple times just to keep Teofimo off of him, right? I don't think Shakur is going to want to be running all around the ring, because I think he's going to try to, like I said, dispel that thought of that everybody has of him of being a runner. I think he's going to stand in there and fight with them. I think he's still going to, he's still going to have his movement. He's still going to box, but I think he's going to come out on top in this fight. I don't think it'll be a stoppage. More than likely, he's going to outbox him for 12. And I think that's, what's going to happen. But definitely, you know, let me know what you think in this fight or in for these fights. If there's any other fights that you think are, you know, worth watching or commenting on, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hey, man, it's going to be a big weekend. There's a lot. Actually, there's a few good fights this weekend with the Zone. That boy, Bakram Murtazaliev, I don't know how to say his name, but he's getting back in the ring this weekend as well. So I'm definitely going to check that out on Saturday. Oh, yeah, and this fight is taking place Saturday on the Zone. So yeah, man, if you're able to check that out. Hey, this your boy True McFadden, Durag True, and I'm out.